Hello, Libra, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 18th through the 24th. And during that time, we will have a last quarter moon that comes in on the 20th. That's a really good time for reflection, releasing what no longer serves us, getting ready for new beginnings and kind of letting go, but also taking responsibility for things that we've just some actions that we've just gone through. We then move into the waning crescent energy, which is a time of surrender, rest, and healing. So keep those moon energies in mind as you move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter this week, Libra. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, and your overall message for this reading, a win-win outcome is forecast. All right, let's see what the Libra Collective has going on for the week. And Libra, since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel. And of course, it's super, super easy for you to do. Just hit that button right down there. I will give you a second while I'm shuffling for you to do that. Thank you so, so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I really appreciate it, and I do see you. Thank you so much. All right, and my weekly reminder for this week is that you notice the world around you, Libra, not just this week, of course, but every week, but looking for those synchronicities and just kind of being open to paying attention to them when they do come along. And this could be, it's coming in the form of, maybe an animal or, numbers, like repeating numbers or number patterns that you might see. This could be a song that comes on at a strange time with a strange message for you. It could be like an old song you haven't heard, but you need to hear maybe the lyrics that are in that song. Could be a conversation that you overhear, but just watch for those synchronicities as the universe speaks to you. Those are like the little breadcrumbs that the universe is leaving you on your unique path. So pay attention to those. And that's just my fun weekly reminder. All right, Libra, May 18th through 24th. A win-win outcome is forecast. All right. Okay, Libra, your overall present energy is the Eight of Cups. So looks like you've got, you're kind of moving on to the future with, with some emotional stability at your back. This is, I see these cups behind you as kind of the support and love of your friends, family. You've got people behind you, and your emotional cups are so full that you're able to kind of venture out and say, what else is out there? Things are going well for you. These are calm emotional waters as you kind of move and venture out into other things. Your current situation is the Queen of Wands. So you're moving forward into that energy with an understanding of the things that light your fire and give you passion. And this could be something that maybe you're going to focus a little bit more in on, something that you've, maybe recently discovered. It could be something from your past that you're passionate about, but it looks like you're going to move forward and kind of, give a little bit more focus to things that drive your passion. At the root of this situation is the Ace of Wands. So perfect. This is kind of this is the new passion that's come in for you. So it could be something that you've just recently discovered, and you're going to move forward and just kind of move forward and maybe explore a little bit, see what that is. Is that something that you can put some time and energy into? So think about that, what that might have been for you, some new passion, some little spark of something that kind of has come in for you recently that's making you want to move forward and explore it a little bit more. In your recent past is the Four of Swords, which is a time of rest and meditation. It looks like maybe you've put some thought into this, or it could be that, this idea or this passion thing that has come in came about through rest and meditation. It could be that, if you've taken the time to do some meditation and you're discovering things about yourself, that, there's something that you do need to explore. It just kind of came to your mind, as you were doing those meditations. What is on your mind this week is the World card. So this is awesome. This is perfect balance. This is, being tranquil and harmonious and happy. This is about discovery. This is also the very last card in the Fool's Journey. So this is kind of, wrapping up in a successful way some period of time in your life. And it could be that's what's brought on this rest and meditation and this thinking, this period is over. And now what would I like to focus on? What do I want to throw my passion into now? Just ahead of you this week is the Page of Cups. So you're going to explore this with a sense of humor. And it could be why maybe it's tarot cards recently and you've discovered that. This could be why that you're at a tarot reading and you're kind of laughing a little at yourself, like, I can't believe I'm watching a tarot reading. Listen, we've all kind of been there. I was there at one point as well. But if it speaks to you, it speaks to you. There's nothing, the longer that I've focused on tarot and still do, I find it completely fascinating, the things that unfold and come out. So, and I'm not saying that it has to be tarot for you, but if it's something, just something different that you're kind of having a sense of humor, like you kind of can't believe that you're into this. It might have been something that in the past you might have thought was silly, and now you're just diving deeply into it. So very interesting there, but keep your sense of humor about it. In your advice position is the Nine of Cups. So let's keep, this is kind of self-indulging, and maybe it is when it comes to this, you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and give this a little bit of my time. That is a little self-indulgent, and that's okay. But your advice is to go for it, is to go ahead and indulge yourself and explore this new thing that has come in for you. I'm very curious to see what it is for you guys, Libra. What is beyond your control this week is the Five of Cups. So, as you move on, this card often comes up when I see people on a new path, and it's not that it's so sad. I mean, usually in certain positions, this card can be associated with like real grief. But in this, I feel like it's beyond your control to just be a little bit sad that some of those, as you're moving forward. Let's go back to this card here. I said this is as you're moving forward with this emotional support, you still have this support behind you in this card, and maybe just some things are ending. And it's a little bit sad. And I liken it to, if you've, for some, like say you've recently gotten a new job and you're very excited about your future, but there's some people behind that you have to leave behind. And it's a little sad because you're going to miss those people. And, it's like things are good, but there's just that little twinge of sadness as you make any change, that there's something that does get left behind with any new change. So, that's beyond your control this week. Just kind of feel it and do what you can to mitigate it. Like if I use the example of leaving an old job, just because you leave an old job and leave those people behind daily, that doesn't mean that you can't keep in contact with them and, maybe get together every month or so. All right, next card here is Secret Desire. What you're trying to avoid is the High Priestess. So, are you trying to avoid your intuition when it comes to this new passion? Or is that your goal, is to get to where you're really trusting your intuition? This will be your big question, Libra, for the week. So think about that. This is intuition and subconscious. Are there dreams that you're having that you're maybe ignoring, or again, just the opposite, dreams that you're having that you're maybe putting a lot of value into? So you need to think about this week, how much time and energy are you giving to your subconscious, and do you want it to be more or do you want it to be less? So that's kind of your big question for the week. In your outcome position is the Three of Pentacles. So, your outcome is that you're going to end this with some sort of collaboration with others. So, this could be a conversation about this. This could be, if you're seeking information out about this new passion, but, there's going to be some sort of collaboration here with, I see this as like a physical in person with people. And it might be that you're, just discussing this, maybe someone else that or, um, I'm going to say that, let's say that this new passion is antiques. So you're going to take time to go to an antique store and talk to someone, and have those conversations and kind of branch out and reach for those people that are already involved in this thing, that this new passion, this new interest. So whatever that is for you, you're going to find those people and kind of have conversations. And I feel like you're kind of in that exploratory mode, but you're definitely going to indulge that, which I really like for you. What is being hidden from you this week is the Strength card. So, this may be that it's your inner strength that is typically, there's a little more hidden. So it might be that you're feeling a little shy, or, you're just, it's a little scary for you to kind of branch out into this new area. So remember that that's hidden from you and try to call on it a little bit more, and just go for it. And again, use that sense of humor that you have. So with whatever it is. All right, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. A final message for Libra as they set off into this new passion, and kind of looks like inner and outer exploration. All right, we've got a card flying here. We will take that. Accept what is the first card. We'll get two of them here. Accept what is and take a step back. So you maybe need to take a step back and just kind of evaluate where you are. And that step back could be this, like I said, this strength card. Take a breath, accept that you are who you are. When it comes to your inner strength, again, if that's hidden from you, try to call upon that a little bit, but just accept what is. Accept that you are interested in this new thing that's coming about. Um, and it's just kind of the new phase. This is bringing on change for you. And with the accept what is, I kind of come back to this 5 of cups, that there's always kind of a twinge of sadness when we change, because when we change, it means we're changing our routine, and there's always just something that gets left behind. It doesn't have to be people, but it could just be a routine that you're doing. Let's say that if you change your exercise routine, and now you're running 5 miles a day. Well, you're going to miss that you're not running 5 miles a day. So just that kind of thing, that you're going to miss the old thing that you were doing. Maybe the time that you spend running now, used to be the time that you watched a television show, but you're trying to change that about yourself. But there's that kind of twinge of, oh, I kind of miss watching that. So anyway, that's just an example. But a win-win outcome is forecast according to your overall message. And I think it looks pretty positive from this point of view. Again, keep your sense of humor and don't be afraid to collaborate, and ask yourself about that intuitive drive. Are you using that enough, or do you need to explore that a little bit more? So Libra, thank you so much for being here with me today. I do hope there's something that you can take from this reading and use in your week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, leave me a comment down below and let me know if there's something like this that you're going through, some new passion that you're exploring this week, or something new that's come about for you. Let me know what that might be. It would be interesting for everyone to kind of compare notes on that. So I do readings every week. Come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues, or if there's a completely new energy here for you. Also, if you like my reading style, of course, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and I appreciate that so much. But more importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So thank you so much, Libra. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.